Really good. Hey guys, thanks for watching. This is going to be some really interesting before and afters from the Dr. Scott Lynn Be Better Golf School that we did a couple weeks ago at the Grand in San Diego. So this that you're seeing on your screen here is Doug. You'll see him second up. But see the difference in top of backswing position there? So that difference there made about 40 yards difference. As amazing as that is, that little difference, that's actually a world of difference because Doug's been golfing for a really long time. But that made a 40-yard difference. But first we're going to see Brandon, who also had a huge change, but he's been golfing only for a year. So it's an interesting case studies because Doug has been golfing for like 50 years and Brandon has been golfing for 1 year. So, hey guys, thanks for watching. Okay, so this is my friend Brandon. Brandon has been to 3 Be Better Golf schools, or 2 Be Better Golf schools. This is his second. But you've only been playing golf, Brandon, for how long?
About a year now.
About a year. So he started just near the end of all that COVID stuff. The thing that has gotten Brandon more than any other beginner I've seen to a pretty good level pretty quickly is how good Brandon has gotten at like the waist to waist swing. So just show me kind of like the general waist to waist thing that you've been doing. So like the different stages, the different coaches will talk about, like Milo will talk about. Yep. So he's gotten really good at that. So coming in today to do this with Scott and try to build some speed and find out the right pattern for him on the ground forces. So what did he show up with, Scott, as far as like his pattern and also his raw speed?
Player. And when he first came in yesterday with the iron, he was getting way too far into his right side. So he was getting like 90-something% into his right side.
Can you show me what that means, like getting into your right side too much?
So that's when your lefty would almost kiss your right knee. So he was getting kind of way over here.
Yeah.
So we centered up his pivot quite a bit, which helped his irons quite a bit. But then he came in today with his driver and he wasn't getting enough. So he had almost overcorrected.
Oh, gotcha.
And so his feel today was like a 40% knee collapse, where yesterday we were talking about kind of a 20%. So we got him in here. And then the torque cue that really helps him is turning that seam on his pants on the left there towards the wall.
So go to your finish. So this seam here?
No, on the left side.
Oh, okay. You're getting this seam towards the wall there.
Towards that wall.
I was going that way.
Oh, so show me before. So he was kind of sliding it before.
I was here.
Yeah.
And it was kind of pointed over there.
And I'm getting...
Oh yeah, way more open.
Okay,
so what were the numbers?
His first, after the warm-up driver swing, was 94.7 club speed,
Yeah.
196 carry, 129 ball speed.
Are those numbers up on this screen somewhere?
Yeah, right here. So you can see it in the bottom right there. 94.7,
Oh, okay, yeah.
196, 129.
129 ball,
Ball.
196 carry. Okay.
Kind of spinny, 3,600.
Yeah, 36.59.
Last one he hit, 102 club speed, 261 carry, 145 smash, 148 ball, 1764 spin. So,
Wow.
a big change.
How many yards is that?
261 from 196.
So it's 8 miles an hour club head speed and 65 yards.
Part of the thing,
Yes.
his left-hand grip was really getting in his palm,
Okay.
which made it very difficult for him to release the club. And so we got that left-hand grip a little more in his fingers, which made his face control a lot better. And then that allowed him to release it through, so he didn't have to kind of hold off the impact.
So let me hear it in your words, Brandon, about what's working, what's feeling like. Because the one question I always ask is, after you do this stuff, does it feel more difficult? Does it feel like more effort that you're expending, or it's just different?
What Dr. Scott helped me do actually helped me feel like I could just really release it. What I was tending to do was try to avoid my left hook holding off,
Yeah.
and I just kept everything out here. Versus, he has me now. I can feel the pressure here, and then to initiate that transition, I can just and I just feel like I just let it rip.
Okay.
And I think his lower body mechanics now becoming more rotational gets his path moving further to the left.
Yeah.
Which means he can release his hands more.
So he got more rotational by not getting off the ball so much.
Originally,
Mainly.
and then he was overdoing it, so we had to add a little back in.
Okay,
We
yeah.
also squared up his trail foot, because when his trail foot was turned out, he kind of
Yeah.
couldn't turn as much, or he couldn't coil into that trail side.
That gives me the feel of coiling versus like this, I don't feel anything.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I can't feel any resistance right here.
Now you're
Now
coiling into
I
it.
feel like I can push like off.
Oil and go. Yeah.
All right, let's see one.
You like putting them under pressure here.
Yeah.
On camera.
Well, golf videos with no golf shots, like if it's all just talking and academic, is
He's a
no good.
master.
Yeah, right.
That'll get edited out.
Just let her rip.
All right. Well,
Really good.
but that's good.
Yeah, that's on the left side of the fairway. That's
That's a good miss for me.
super
Yeah.
acceptable. So the club head speed was still just as fast. We were at 95 before. Now it's 101,
Yeah.
and it's 30 yards further than your original.
Yeah.
Let's see if we one more,
That
Brandon.
one he missed a little bit.
222 carry
That's a
on
good
that.
miss. Up the left side of the fairway.
So you just need to build in kind of like a practice swing or a process that like a pre-shot routine a little bit better. So think about.
No, I have no pre-shot.
Yeah, we'll build that. Here you go. Oh, that's really good.
I
Yeah,
like the little fade
laser.
that starts up the left, fades back. That's
Yeah,
a good.
100 miles an hour, 144 smash,
Hair slower with the speed, but 240 carry, so
240. So
still
it's
up
45 yards.
yards from before.
Awesome. Way to go, Brandon.
Nice job,
Good
man.
job.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. I'm at the Be Better Golf School at the Grand in San Diego with Dr. Scott Lynn and Doug from Idaho. Doug's worked in the golf industry his whole life, and Doug, you were saying like you kind of like assumed that you were about as fast as you were going to be, but in this session that you did with, just give me the before and after numbers, Scott. What was his before driver, carry, and speeds?
First swings he took when I had, like I put the dot on, he hit a few to warm up first, but it was 83.3 miles an hour club speed, 137 smash factor, 114 ball speed, 158 carry with driver. And one thing we find with him is he's a very horizontal pattern golfer, so he's very right leg dominant, likes to push off that right leg and go like lateral into the swing,
Yeah.
which matches a very high hands or a more kind of frontal plane
So if
swing,
you're going
right?
to do that, high hands need to go with
Yeah,
it usually.
because if I'm flat, that's a more transverse plane swing, and he's not very good at creating the torque, which makes
Yeah.
that very hard to do.
So like if we think of like Lee Trevino with a flat swing, and he was very rotational.
Very
Yeah,
rotational.
yeah.
So flat swing, rotational, good. Matt Kuchar's a good example, very rotational.
High hands would be like a jumper like Justin Thomas.
Sure, yeah. And that that creates a lot of that horizontal force. You have to have that in there. So we know that matches his lower body, and so the lower body actually is really good at the horizontal, doesn't match flat. And he tends to get his hands really flat. So we were working swings back and forth where he'd hit one flat, where he generally blocked it way right or snap hooked it left, depending on what he did with the face.
Okay.
But that really helped him because when he did the bad one, he's like, okay, now I know what not to do. And then the next one he had always hit really good.
So that was 158. What was he able to get to?
This last
Afterwards.
one carried 200,
Let me see.
149 smash.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it was a little slower on club speed, but because he had a couple in the 88, 89 club speed, but weren't hit super solid.
Yeah, 200 carry.
200 carries. So
Yeah.
it was up almost 44 yards of carry.
What was the difference you felt? Because that's 44 yards. What was the difference you felt? Did it feel more difficult, or like you were swinging harder?
It felt easier. So when I would swing too flat, I always have this feeling I'm sort of in my own way.
Can you show me the wrong swing?
Good, he's good at it.
See, I'm
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
It's like I kind of get like this,
Yeah.
and then then I either kind of do this or I get a little bit that way.
So show me in motion. Like actually, you hit one for me, the wrong way. Because I saw some of them. They look pretty solid. They were just kind of weakly out to the right, though.
Well, these were the wrong ones.
The wrong
to the right pushed.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
But there's
Yeah.
there's no speed.
It's glancing.
Right.
So.
That's way better than some of the bad ones that he's hit.
All right, so that was 178 carry.
78
So even the bad ones are better now.
Yeah.
Now the difference is instead of being so flat, he's really trying to get the hands higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was trying
'Cause
to
that goes with his
to
matchup more.
Get more of this, or a little bit more of you're just pushing this thing up a bit, and,
Okay.
and then I kind of was cupping it a little bit more. And,
Okay.
He tends to get the face shut quite a bit.
Okay. Let's see it. Wow, that's really good.
Got a lot more gas to it.
Yeah, so that's
198 carry
198 carry.
and 125 ball speed. So it missed the club speed, but that is, and that's a great drill for him
Yeah.
because he feels the bad and sees what the ball does, and then he feels the good. So now he can self-correct if he gets on the.
Yeah, that's what you were telling our students, that it's a mistake to just practice perfect all the time.
Yeah, because then your brain
Instead,
doesn't
what
have the
should you do?
variability, right? It just says this. If it knows where this is, then finding this becomes a lot easier. And obviously, he can't hit a bad one on the golf course, right? Like you
Right.
can't. But doing that rehearsal, saying, okay, there's bad, there's good. Okay, let me step in and hit it. I think would be very helpful.
So you're saying that some of the guys, like if they have a miss, like a slice or whatever, like they should be able to like repeat that on command, like
If
own
you
it.
can, then
Yeah.
you can stop it, obviously.
And you know
Do the opposite, right? So
Right.
understanding that the driving range is not for you to hit it perfect all the time. It's for you to learn. And doing it wrong is a great way to learn. And so I think that really helped you because the next one, just like we did here, the next one is always way better once you did it wrong the first time. Whereas if he just hits and keeps trying to get high, remember eventually they started to get a little squirrely
And they
because
just
you'd
start
have
getting
no.
lower.
Right.
Yeah. So
Okay, I'm gonna take Doug with me. Come with me, Doug. So this is something we're doing for speed that I'll show you guys. So Doug, come over here on the other side of the rope. So what we have here is like, instead of super speed sticks or stack system or whatever, I've found that if I use this ladies driver, like I was telling you, Doug,
Right.
this is 10% light of my driver, like a modern driver. And this is round about 8 or 10% heavy of a modern driver. This is a steel shafted Titleist 975J, the same driver the Tiger used in 2000, and it feels like an axe. And then in the middle is this. So we're gonna do a little speed thing here. So using what you were doing with Dr. Scott, the first thing we're gonna do is you're gonna swing that driver, the heavy driver, step up there. You're gonna swing it slow. We're just working on range of motion. You're gonna swing it slow, like 6 times. So slow with high hands. You're really feeling what you're working on. 1, 2, good job. Yep. And with the heavier driver, you can really feel it stretch you. Now, I wouldn't like to use like the super heavy driver that they sell, the Momentous or whatever, for this, because that starts to get outside the zone of the golden zone of 10%, and you start using different muscles. But this one I think is perfect. And the advantage to this, as to the other things that are for speed, is these have a face, so you can always be thinking about the face. All right, 2 more. 2. Last one. Good. Now we're going to take the ladies driver, and you can choke up on it just a little bit too. So now we're just going to do 5. So we're going to do 4 swings, and I want 4 swings as fast as you possibly can. So you're not even really thinking so much. You just try to get that club head moving fast. Normally we'd also have the monitor there. Good. That's through the shot. Yeah, nice high hands, and then rip it through. Nice. Good. All right, now we're going to go to your driver, and we're going to do 2 fast swings with your driver, then we're going to hit a ball. But these first 2 is just gas. You're just trying to swing it fast. And this whole routine takes about less than 10 minutes, but give me one more with those nice high hands to get the speed. Oh, that was great. You're going to love those swings. Okay, let's grab a ball and catch your breath a little bit. Now this one, I want you to hit this one. Now ideally what we would do is we'd go over there and we'd hit just a foam ball into a net where we're trying to catch center face contact but not care at all where the ball goes. But I want you to hit this in the center of the face as fast as you can, but don't really care too much where the ball goes. And this is going to be your routine when you get back home to start building speed. Really good. High draw. And that was a bit off the toe, but I guarantee the club head speed was faster there. Because the faster you try to swing, if you just think athletically, your hands are getting higher kind of on their own. So good. All right, good job, Doug.
Hey, not bad.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for watching, everybody. We got some really cool footage from this school, and it was probably the best before and afters we ever had, because we had all the things to record the numbers. So I was able to get 8 miles an hour ball speed. I came in with 161 because I haven't really been working at ball speed at all, and then I got it to 169.
That was good ball speed.
Oh yeah, we're like almost scaring the tour average there, and before we were right where that blip is, that's where it used to quit. Greg Chalmers, the PGA Tour pro, came by, and he got his all-time highest ever ball speed, I think of 172. It was really cool, especially when you can see the technology and see that the ground forces and what the numbers are on those, and then the final numbers on the foresight. Really cool synergy of teaching and technology going on here. If you're interested in coming to a Be Better Golf School with Dr. Scott Lynn, send me an email, contactbebettergolf@gmail.com. We're going to be doing another one of these at the same spot, the Grand in SanDiego, I think in late August or early September, probably late August. But it'll sell out, so be sure to send me an email and get on the list early for that. It was the best, like I said, the best before and afters I've ever seen at any golf school or really any lessons. And it was just like a ton of fun. But the real key is not really so much what you just learn in that day, but kind of like we were doing with Doug, you have to have like a protocol of things to take with you that you're going to be doing every day to keep up the progress and really ingrain it.